Hello everyone. Today I want to share an inspiring story about a man who failed again and again, but refused to stop believing in himself. By the end of this story, you'll see how even when life breaks you down, it can also rebuild you into something stronger. If this story touches your heart, please remember to subscribe. Your support helps us share more real stories that light the way for others. Once upon a time, in a small seaside town, there lived a painter named Noah. From a young age, he loved colors more than anything else. While other kids played outside, Noah would sit near the window, drawing sunsets, oceans, and faces of people he imagined. He dreamed of becoming a famous artist one day, someone whose paintings could move hearts and tell stories without words. But dreams are easy. Reality is not. After finishing school, Noah rented a tiny studio and began painting seriously. He joined exhibitions, sent his work to galleries, and waited for a chance, but nothing happened. People said his art was too simple, too emotional, too old-fashioned. Each rejection letter felt heavier than the last. After years of trying, he ran out of money. He couldn't even afford paint anymore. One rainy evening, sitting alone in his dark studio, Noah whispered to himself, "Maybe I'm not meant to be an artist after all." He decided to quit. The next morning, he packed his brushes, locked his studio, and went to the harbor to think. There, he saw an old fisherman struggling to repair his broken boat. The man's hands were rough, his clothes torn, yet his eyes were calm and full of patience. Noah went closer and asked, "Why don't you just buy a new boat?" The fisherman smiled. "Because this one carried me through storms. It may be broken, but it still floats. I just have to fix it." Those words struck Noah deeply. He realized his dream wasn't dead, it was just damaged. Like the boat, it needed repair, not abandonment. That night, Noah unlocked his studio again. But this time, he painted differently, not for fame, not for approval, but for himself. He painted his pain, his loneliness, his hope. He poured every emotion he had ever hidden into colors. His hands trembled, but his heart was alive again. Weeks later, a young woman walked into his studio by accident. She stood silently staring at one of his new paintings, a stormy sea with a small broken boat still floating in the waves. Tears filled her eyes. That one moment changed everything. She posted a photo of his work online, writing, "This painting made me feel seen." Within days, thousands of people shared it. They connected with the raw emotion in Noah's art, the feeling of falling and still choosing to stand. Soon, galleries that once rejected him started calling. But Noah didn't paint for them anymore. He painted for the people who needed hope, the ones still fixing their broken boats. Years later, Noah's name became known across the country. His art was displayed in exhibitions, hospitals, and schools, giving strength to those who had lost faith in themselves. But he always said, "My greatest painting isn't on a wall. It's the life I rebuilt when I refused to give up." This story reminds us, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every time life knocks you down, it's giving you a chance to rise wiser, stronger, and more human. So if you ever feel like quitting, remember Noah's words. Your dream might be cracked, but it still floats. Keep painting your life, even when no one's watching. Because one day, your story might be the light someone else needs to keep going.